And like I said, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. If I wanted it to be pretty, I probably would have had somebody build it. But there's a lot of free that went into this. There's a lot of my time that has gone into this. And that's good enough for me. Hey, what's up everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm. And it's another Saturday, it's another day working on the run, the chicken coop run expansion. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just finishing out the trim around the top where the hardware cloth is attached to the frame and all that. So when I trim it out, it's giving an extra layer of protection because it's sandwiching the wire in between the two boards. And because otherwise it's only held on by the staples that I put in, and not all the staples are going into the wood all the way. And it's, if you've ever used staples on wood, you know that some grain is real tight and it won't allow the staples to go in all the way. And if it does go in good, then it's easy to take out. And so if a predator came along and tried to get in, it'd be easy to work at it and rip that open at the seam of the wire. And so this is just an added extra layer of protection to keep the wire from being able to be easily ripped up. And so in the construction of the chicken coop itself, the manufacturer, that's how they did it. They attached the wire in between whenever they made it. And so that's what I'm doing with my part of it, which it's not nearly as neat as the manufacturer did with the chicken coop, but I don't care. Chickens don't care, and I can do it the way I want. So y'all, if you are doing homesteading stuff, or you're doing stuff, or you want to get into it and you're gonna do chickens or pigs or goats or whatever animals that you have, there's a lot of Pinterest type things out there. There's a lot of fancy things out there that people go and they show off their, you know, perfectly square everything, every kind of pin that you can think of. That's not reality. It's really not. And what you want to do, you want to keep your animals safe, protected, and fed and watered. And other than that, as long as all of those things are true, you can trim it out however you want. So we purchased the coop, and we're making an addition to the run. And so y'all, do it however you want, just to make sure your animals are cared for. And like I said, we don't free range yet. There may come a day, and there probably will come a day, that we free range. But if you're going to free range, just make sure that you have areas around where your chickens can run under and hide, or get out of the sunshine, or, you know, have free access to feed and water. Because if you have aerial predators, they can go up under, you know, things and hide. And aerial predators may not get them, probably won't get them. But, you know, you've got to take into consideration all of the potential predators or the actual predators that you do have, and just build accordingly and take care of your animals accordingly. So anyway, like I said, right now, all I'm doing is I'm putting the trim out, trying to finish that up. I've got, I think, one more piece to do, and then I may start taking measurements to, let's see, I'll get you guys off of here real quick. And so you see, these uprights, my frame and everything. So I want to take measurements of the hardware cloth. Well, actually measurements of the openings, and see if I can cut my hardware cloth to fit. I don't know if I want to try to take the roll and go around it, because that's just seems like a recipe for disaster. So if I can measure out each opening, or a couple openings, or whatever, then hopefully I can cut the pieces and fit them in without having too much trouble. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll find out. But anyway, right now I'm going to finish up trimming all it out, and then I'm probably going to start figuring out a plan of action. Whoa, wait a minute. You know what? Y'all, my brain, if it wasn't inside my skull, I'd probably lose it. You know what I really need to do before I start working on, like, this part all the way around? I need to put the wire on my hatch that I made last time. So that's actually the reason I came out here, y'all. This has been one of those weeks where my brain has been elsewhere. I had some frustration this week. I had a hard time being around people this week and extending grace. Y'all, I need some time off. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully I'll be able to get some time off and recharge my brain. So, reboot a little bit. I'm going to finish trimming out, and then I'm going to finish out my hatch and put the screen on that. So since I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to put a piece in the middle, this way, probably this way. That way I have extra to staple to and to secure it down to, and then I may just be done, because I probably will not get into the project of putting the wire around the bottom. Yeah. So thanks for coming along with the ride that is my brain this morning. I really appreciate that, because everything does not always go according to plan, and sometimes you even forget what your plan is when you get into your project. So yeah, right now, one more board I have to put on, and then I'll tackle this hatch. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I have I got all my trim done. So let's take a look. So like I said, it's not the prettiest. I've got different types. So these are all off of like old pallets and shipping packaging and whatnot. And then also have like this piece here is 2x4, a piece over there, it's a 2x4 length. And so part of that's necessity because I didn't have enough of these other pieces. I may have to get some more of the shipping pallet, shipping container type. They're like 1x3 instead of the 2x4s. And so anyway, whatever I need to do. I may have to go to work and see if I can get some more of that so I can use that whenever I finish out the rest of it, so that I can do the same thing on the bottom and secure it down just like I did on the top here. But like I said before, a couple of weeks ago I had this done, and you see I did this today. So you see how this is stapled down. This just sandwiches this, and this sandwiches the same thing up here. And like I said, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. If I wanted it to be pretty, I probably would have had somebody build it. But there's a lot of free that went into this. There's a lot of my time that has gone into this. And that's good enough for me. So, like I said, now I'm going to work on this other hatch. And, oh, how awesome I did here. I used 4 pieces because I didn't have one long piece. Y'all, you do what you do. You do what you have to. And another thing. Let me show you one more thing here. Last time, okay, sorry about that. Okay, last time, before I even started working, I built something and I filmed putting it in, but I didn't tell you guys what I was doing. So here in the corner, I put this here in the corner of the run extension, right there, about a foot off the ground. That's just going to be a built-in roost. So they have something to hop up on whenever they're out in the run. And I don't know if I'm going to build another one in another corner. You can see whenever I put this post in, I attached that 2x4. So that's another thing. That's another place they can hop up on, be active. Here, I don't know if maybe from this 2x4 or that 2x4 or somewhere, we talked about maybe hanging something, like maybe hanging a swing or something like that, but I think I can do that after I put all the hardware cloth on the bottom. So I don't know, give me some ideas. What do you think we can put in there for the chickens to be entertained with? I think I'm going to probably put a couple of stump logs in here, and maybe have them maybe a couple that are laying on their sides, but have a couple that maybe standing on end, so they just have different heights that they can enjoy and jump up on and stuff. I've thought about even making something that's movable that I can stick in here, a roost type thing, or I don't know. We have a little room. We can put some stuff in here, but I don't want it to be too cluttered. I want them to be able to enjoy just running around if they want to run around. But what we're going to do, we're going to wind up getting the feed and the water out of the small run underneath the chicken coop, so they have all of that space under the chicken coop. And yeah, there's a lot we can do, a lot to figure out. But all right, I'm going to go over here, try to get this wire on this other hatch. got a problem. So, when I put this together, I thought, well, I can reach everything I need to reach. But here's the deal. When I put a wire on here, I am not going to be able to reach over here to properly attach it. So, I'm going to take the screws out of the hinges. I'm going to take the whole thing off. I'm going to take it right over there, use that as a workspace, and then I'm going to attach the wire to this, and then I'm just going to bring it back, put it back on here. So that's my plan now. So what do you think about that? Well, by the time you see it, it's already going to be done. I've already messed with it, but pretend I haven't done that yet. What are your thoughts? Is that good? Well, I don't know. You may not even see this because the wind's blowing so bad right now that it may be going. Always works best if you actually take the screw out. Let's try that again. There we go. Well, I got it mostly done. It's getting hot. It's really too hot for me to be out here. So I have two little pieces of trim I have to find and cut so I can secure it. And I need to screw it back down. I actually flipped it. I'll show you on the next video. I actually flipped the hinges so it opens the other direction because it's just going to be easier that way. But for today, it's going to be done. Hopefully, you guys, hopefully the next video will show a completed chicken run. Maybe I won't show the next video until it is complete. So the next video working on the chicken run will be the last one working on the chicken run. So I'm not sure yet what that's going to look like, but maybe I'll throw a different video in between. We'll see. But you guys, like I said, it's hot. I'm ready to get all this done, cleaned up and stuff, and go inside. And y'all, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Do all the stuff down below, push the buttons and whatnot. I would appreciate that too. And y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this. I'll see you on the next video.